Hello and welcome to UC Today. My name is Kristian and today's session is about breaking down barriers to managing agent life cycles in contact centers. And joining me to tell me all about it is Quang Lee, Product Manager at Kurmi. Quang Lee, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, what are the most common challenges organizations face when managing agent life cycles in modern contact center environments, especially during peak seasons or seasonal spikes?
That's a very good question. So the biggest challenge is scale. Especially during what you just said, the peaks, seasonal peaks when company have to onboard like an offboard hundreds of agents in a very short time. Modern contact center, they deal with high turnover and then strict rule-based setup already, so that add more pressure on the administrator. You can imagine like managing all of that manually through a CSV text file or a native admin portal. This is not only time consuming, but very risky. So you don't have any validation and the agent data gets spread across multiple systems, like the enterprise directory or other UC platform. And it's become very hard to keep things consistent, especially if you don't have like rollback or audit capabilities.
Okay. Well, what about as contact centers increasingly integrate multiple platforms like UC, CRM, and CCaaS, obviously? What complexities do business encounter when trying to maintain a unified view of their agents and operations?
Yeah, I will say the complexity, the main one is fragmentation, because like the company will have the agent related data spread across multiple system. You have information, role, skills, phone setup, and queue assignment and whatnot. And who say multiple system, who say multiple interfaces as well. That this make it very hard to have a clear, up-to-date view on what the agents can actually do. And if you combine that with UC platforms like Teams or Zoom that is involved alongside Genesys, things will get even more complex.
Okay. What about automation? We talk about these seasonal spikes. How important is automation and streamlined onboarding and offboarding for contact centers who want to stay agile to these changing demands?
Yeah, the automation, I would say, in our time and days will be essential. Like in a cloud native contact center like Genesys, the provisioning task must be fast, accurate, and repeatable. So with Kurmi automation, we have to in automate repetitive tasks, like assigning a role and code queue and routing skills. And all of that, we also support bulk action. And our system can be integrated with third party, like the identity access management system in the company or an ITSM platforms that help to reduce even more manual errors and then improve onboarding time. So let's take an example of a seasonal ramp up. So instead of manually onboarding more than 300 agents in Genesis, the admin through Kurmi can predefine a role template, a profile template that bundle together skills, roles, phone setup, and queue assignment, and then they can trigger that by bulk for multiple agents, or even through like API, our API, via a human resources system. This help to reduce even more the onboarding time and then reducing configuration drift as well.
Excellent. You've mentioned a lot about how Kurmi helps with this process. I was wondering, could we just drill down into how Kurmi's approach to managing agent profiles and permissions via the Genesis integration helps address these risks of error and misconfigurations that can occur with more manual processes?
Yeah, that's very good question. I would say there are 3 points, right? The first one is from the start, Kurmi has been the centralized solution to manage the user provisioning. So we provide a single validated interface to manage everything from agent creation to skill assignment. And instead of like struggling with CSV file or like flipping through the Genesys screen, the admin can rely on Kurmi to make sure that the creation, the modification is are consistent. And they can even track the changes to make sure that they can roll back whenever error happen. The second point is our role-based access control that help to keep the right level of delegation and then enforce the default value by department in the company. And that will bring the get red hat to the team to stay organized. And last but not least, in Kurmi term, what we call the services and the packages, which is our abstraction layer that take out the guesswork in the day-to-day tasks like the creation by providing the default values reinforced by our security and then enable automations. All of that, all of those 3 points help to reduce the risk of misconfiguration and make things easier to manage at scale.
Okay, great. This centralization, how is this centralized administration tools evolving to support distributed teams and ensure compliance across these distributed teams?
Yeah, so the centralized tool like Kurmi, they are becoming very essential, especially for contact center that operate across multiple location and then multiple system as well. Let's say they allow the global IT team to delegate safely while retain the control and then the visibility. And then when all of your agents are distributed in one side or 10 side, and you have to have a very unified way to manage them, apply policy, and then prove compliance as well. And this is even more important with all of the remote work and hybrid IT environment going on. Let's say, for example, Kurmi Quick Delete, which is one of our important feature. Whenever the agent leaves the system, the administrator can properly remove their access from the system. This helps to prevent any lingering access in the contact center. And on top of that, what I mentioned earlier, the role-based access control, this helps to reinforce the principle of least privilege by letting you isolate your data and then limit the access by or role on or department. And all of this to strike the right balance between agility and security. So global team can maintain control, and local team or help desk, they can do or manage whatever they need to.
Okay, talking about security and compliance, how do you see the opportunities for organizations to improve this resilience and troubleshooting through better audit and rollback capabilities in their contact center management tools?
Yeah, our contact center solution, they rarely provide real rollback tools or mechanism. So that being said, with a mistake, which is very normal, like a role, a skill is misassigned, and it takes time and to track down and to fix that error. And Kurmi, we keep an audit trail of every changes ever made to the profile, and then we make it very easy to understand where the error is coming from and then to revert it. And I think this is a game changer for resilience and accountability for the enterprise as well.
Talk about game changer. So, what role do you see integrations like Kurmi's Genesys connector playing in helping businesses future-proof their communication and contact center strategies?
Right. So as the contact center or any communication system are becoming more distributed and modular, I think the challenge the IT team face is like had to have an orchestration tool and stay on top of the stack. So that's when Kurmi comes in, and we are involved, into a central control layer, not just for provisioning, but also for governance, for compliance, or even migration between platforms. And with over a decade of experience behind us, with fundamental solutions like Cisco, Microsoft, Zoom, and others, we are also expanding into call recording, SBC, E911, and pretty much every solution that we think the enterprise will need to future proof their investment. So our vendor agnostic architecture and our API and our scalable platform to ensure others to ensure like no matter what solution the enterprise add into their portfolio, we will help them to remain constant and keep everything under control.
Okay, well, fantastic. That's probably a great place to leave it. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me, Quang Li.
Thank you very much for having me.
And thank you to the audience for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and share, and don't forget to subscribe so you can be in touch with more videos like this all relating to UC. Until next time, see you then.